11:58, Thursday, October 5th. The end of my challenge, guys. Alright guys, it's time for the flip through of all of the drawings that I have done for the Sketchbook Slam Challenge. If you guys follow me on social media, you are very aware of the fact that I did not complete the challenge. I was only able to get up to 418 pages, and I have 182 left to go. I averaged it out. I was doing about 14 pages a day, somewhere a little bit more, somewhere a little bit less. But I am proud of the fact that for 30 days straight, every single day, I was still drawing. There were no days where I took a break. There were no days where I decided I wasn't going to. I did sit down and I did make myself draw every single day. And like I said, it was about 14 pages worth at least every single day. So I was proud of myself. So overall, for me, I love this challenge. It forced me to do a lot. It forced me to work. It forced me to dedicate my time and to try to use it wisely. I will admit to the fact that I did not. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you guys where I screwed up, and then I'm gonna tell you the benefits to the challenge, what the challenge is actually supposed to do, and then I guess I'll give my overall recommendation. But honestly, you guys, don't do or don't not do a challenge based on what somebody else says, because it's completely subjective. What is good or isn't good for someone might not necessarily hold true for you. It all depends on you as a person. Anyway, so where I screwed up: detail. One word says it all: detail. I wanted nice, full, basically drawings. I wanted to use color. I wanted to do all of this stuff. I wanted to shade. I wanted to just, I went crazy, and that really, really slowed me down. So it really affected my speed, but at the same time, like, I was okay with it. I was very comfortable with it because I saw what I was producing and I was very pleased with it. So that was the biggest killer for me on this challenge, was the fact that I wanted to do so much detail. The other killer for this challenge for me, was I had this hang up about filling up pages. I didn't want to just do one drawing per page, although I allowed myself to do it here and there. Because of that, like that inability to let something go, to that inability to waste what I felt was the material, I wasn't able to keep up with everything, because I was spending 30 minutes to an hour filling one page because I wanted everything to be colored, everything to be lined. I was basically double drawing everything too, because if you see with my markers here, if you look at the pictures themselves, they're originally drawn in ballpoint pen, and then I went over everything with marker. So I basically was doing a drawing and then inking it. So, and I couldn't get away from it. I was addicted. It looked so good. I couldn't get away from it. So that really, really killed my production time. I mean, and I'll own up to it. Like, that was the biggest mistake I could have possibly made. Absolutely the biggest mistake I could have possibly made. But I enjoyed it, and I kind of wanted to do this challenge the way I wanted to do this challenge. So yeah, I mean, what can you do? We could just say, yep, this is where I screwed up, and move on and learn from it. And that's exactly what I plan to do. I'm still very proud of everything. A lot of the sketches turned out really, really good. I can look at my Instagram and I can go back and see all these drawings that I've done in the past 30 days, multiple uploads per day. It amazes me, and it makes me so happy. Like, I wasn't doing that before. I'd gotten quite lazy and complacent and not drawing as much per day. So this pushed me, and I am grateful for it, honestly. I needed it. What else? Where else did I mess up? Life did get in the way, but there's really, I can't claim that as a screw up, because they were beyond my control. Me getting sick was beyond my control. Having to go to the doctor multiple times was out of my control. My animals getting sick was out of my control. And they're not excuses, but I just want you guys to understand that real life does happen. But despite all that real life stuff happening, I still continued on with this. There was a moment about a week into this where it got really rough because there was a lot of depression as a result of, again, me getting sick and having a diagnosis and everything, and a lot of stuff came crashing down on me at that point, and to still continue to work through that was difficult. So, I mean, but I did it because I had to do it. Well, I didn't have to do it. I could have given up. I chose not to. So that, to me, I'm pretty proud of. There were nights, again, where I would not sleep very well because, again, I've been unemployed. The job I was looking for or waiting on, they dropped me. So I had to find another job like really, really quick, which, by the way, guys, successfully did. I start next week. So there was a lot going on throughout all of this. I was job searching, taking care of things, trying to juggle things. There was a lot. There was a lot of stress. There was a lot of pressure. But all of that, in the end, I was able to sort of be like, okay, I have this thing to go to, this challenge to get to. And I think that's where my disappointment was, is like there was so much bad stuff. I was hoping to finish this challenge so I could feel accomplished, or that I had completed something. And for a moment after I stopped this challenge, once I was done, I was going to record an update at the end of it, and I chose not to because it was just negativity. I was angry with myself. I was comparing myself to a lot of other people, and I was just being really hard on myself. I felt like I should have been able to do this. In a perfect world, yes, it would have been done. If I was getting paid to do this, if this was my job, if making YouTube videos was something I was getting paid enough money to pay my bills and take care of myself, yeah, I guarantee you that there would have been updates every single day, all 20 pages, because I would have just gone to town and enjoyed it. It would have been different because that stressor would have been gone, and there would have been more enthusiasm to receive revenue or something from it. But that's not the case. The case is that this was something I chose to do, pick up and do when I could do it, and I did. And I, again, kept up with it, so I'm proud. A lot of the drawings in here turned out really, really, really good, and I was really, really, really happy with them. I got to explore things that I've not been able to explore. And yeah, so let me go ahead and go into the perks of this. So I've talked about where I kind of made my mistakes. Life basically got in the way, and my inability to go past my personal bias on what a sketch or a sketchbook should look like really, really messed me up. But what I did get out of this was I recognized some weaknesses in myself. I recognize that I'm very insecure with my drawing. I'm not okay with leaving things not perfect. And this, you have to. you really have to. There's no time to go back and fix anything, especially if you're working in pen. It's impossible. So this was humbling in that regard, that I had to learn to start accepting my mistakes and recognizing them, and then trying not to repeat them the next time I did that subject matter, drew that character, tried to do that thing, whatever. All of that was good learning stuff for me. I also learned that when I get excited about something, yeah, I'm a little bit obsessive. As for to the pirate cherry part, yes, I'm sorry. I could not let that go. It was hard to go to any other subject matter once that started coming out, but I'm quite obsessive with my ideas, and I'll just sit there and keep drawing them, but I won't actually do anything with them. So that was another weakness I noticed in myself. Oh, what else? I mean, there's plenty. I'm trying to narrow down the big ones. Character design wise, I feel like I've gotten weaker in that, not because of this challenge, but it was before that. So I'm thinking about going back and revisiting that. Some of my anatomy and proportions is still pretty off, but I feel like it got better throughout this challenge, and I'm happy about that. Now, when it comes to figure drawing and speed drawing and things like that, I'm not terrible at that, but like I said, I can't leave things looking incomplete. Like, there has to be a certain degree of completeness for me to feel like I can turn that page. That's That's actually a crux. I mean, some people would say, no, that's awesome. It's like, no, it's actually not. Because when you're trying to work fast, you can't worry about the completeness. That comes later. I actually posted something on Twitter. A sketch is an idea. You're putting an idea on paper. Drawing is finalizing or conceptualizing or finiting that idea. So it's tightening the idea. And that is a huge difference. What else? I learned that, well, overall, I learned that drawing is hard, guys. Especially when you know you have to do it in a large amount. It's really easy to say, oh, I got plenty of time at the very beginning. But you get to that last week and you realize, oh, crap, I done messed up. Then you start feeling guilty. You start thinking, I could have squeezed one more sketch in here. I could have just said no and not eaten that night and got more drawing done there. But, I mean, that's me. I'm hard on myself, and I feel like a lot of artists are hard on themselves when it comes to their time management. And that's another thing with time management is, it's not that I don't do it well, it's that, again, other things took a lot of precedence over this challenge, and I had to push through that. So, but I will say this, I had a lot of fun doing this challenge. I got to play with my characters. I got to play with other people's characters, which helped me overall because I started studying how other people design, and I got to break that down and see, it's like, how did they do this? How did they make this look that way? And it's like, it caused me to learn. And learning is exactly why I wanted to do this challenge. I wanted to see, I wanted to improve, I wanted to grow. Now let's talk about the challenge itself. I feel like there's a lot of disinformation out there about it. There is no rhyme or reason to really anything. Basically, what Holly Brown said, if you guys actually listen to her video, is 600 pages in 30 days. She doesn't give an amount. She doesn't say you have to have such a percentage of the page filled. Personally, that is something everybody's going to have to come to terms with on their own. I personally could not let things go if they weren't more than 50% filled. It was really, really difficult. And that's like I said, both a crux and a blessing because I won't waste the material, but at the same time, I was under a deadline. So yeah, learned my lesson there. So there's that. Also, especially for beginners, for people trying to like improve anatomy and stuff, this is an excellent opportunity to do that. Here's the thing. And I'm going to get all scientific-y on you guys. When you do something repetitively, like drawing a picture or drawing a character, your brain forms a pathway, a synapse. What that is it's the development of an ability. It means that your brain is now storing the information. It's saying, okay, the hand is doing this to create this visually. The brain is like, boom, got it, baby. So the next time you go to draw that, you do a little bit better. And then anything that needs to be adjusted, the synapse adjusts to, or your brain will adjust for. And then the next time you go and draw it again, your brain does the same thing. And it only improves. It's called muscle memory, guys. People don't believe that it exists, but trust me, every artist I know believes that it exists. Because it's true. You draw something over. That's how come when you go to life drawing classes or animation classes, the first thing they tell you to do is go draw people. Always draw people. Draw them when you're on the bus. Draw them when you're in the coffee shop. Draw them when you're sitting on the couch watching TV. Just keep drawing. And it's because you're forming those synapses. You're building that muscle memory. So it's something you can go back to later on in life as an artist and use to improve. It's also teaching you to visually comprehend. Visual comprehension, you're breaking things down. You're translating them in a way that you can understand so you can replicate them. Now, replication, personally, like a lot of artists are already really, really good at that. It's just kind of something we come into naturally just from wanting to draw things that we see. But to break things down simply for beginning artists is really difficult. So again, this is an excellent challenge for that. But I mean, I know it's like overwhelming, the 600 pages for a beginning artist, but if you push yourself, you guys, you don't understand how much practice and how good it is to draw this much. There's nothing dangerous about it. People are like, well, you're gonna get blood clots and you're gonna hurt your hand. It's like, okay, anything done in excess is bad. Like, there's an entire holistic, like, thing about that everything is technically a poison, because if you do anything in excess, then it's bad. Okay? So don't think like that. Don't be so black and white with your thinking. It's not good. It's not bad. It's bad if you do it like you sit down for like 4 days straight and like your knees are all bent up and you don't get up and you don't drink water and you don't go to the bathroom. Yeah, you're probably gonna die. We've got gamers who have done that. So, I mean, you don't be stupid about it. And if you're not stupid about it, then you're okay. I don't like the drama behind this challenge is ridiculous in my opinion. And then people saying like, oh, my hand was hurting. Stretch your hand, stretch your wrist, draw with your arm, don't draw with your wrist. I mean, it's common sense. If it hurts, why is it hurting? Stretch, move. Don't keep doing the same stupid thing that's causing you pain. And I mean, drawing should not be causing you pain, to be honest. Your hand will get tired, but tired is not the same as pain. So, you know, evaluate what you're actually doing. Are you resting your elbow on a hard surface and pinching a nerve? That happens. And take breaks. I mean, it's not a bad thing to take breaks. It's okay. And get up and walk around, etc., etc. So, I mean, yeah. I guess the big question everyone wants to know is I mean, if they care. I don't know. I don't know that anyone even cares about my opinion, but I don't care either. I don't care about my opinion. Would I recommend this challenge? I think you guys kind of figured out that yes, I do, because the amount of drawing that you have to do for it is enlightening and humbling. A lot of people that I've just kind of been listening to, I'm not like naming anyone specific because it's like this overall feel. A lot of artists like came out of it thinking, oh my God, that was so hard. Yes, because it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be humbling. We're not perfect. We're not the best. I mean, we can't all do the same things that everyone else can do, but you can still have pride in what you are able to accomplish. Now, that again is all like a mindset. If you're just in this challenge to scribble on 600 pages and get it done, okay, well, cool. Technically, you succeeded. Fantastic. But if you do this challenge like I did and you don't actually finish it, but you still have grown and developed and done things you've never done before and had a chance to visit and explore and all of that stuff, to me, it's still a success. But hey, you know, people can call it what they wants to call it. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I just want to throw this out there. It's like big, super happy, wonderful thank you to everybody who did support me through this. A lot of people were cheering me on. I think if anything, you guys are the ones I'm the most upset at disappointing, but I don't think anyone's actually disappointed. A lot of people who have followed me through all of this are very aware of everything that's been happening, so they're like, okay, it's okay. And like, I'm not looking for pity or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, they were really awesome and wonderful. And even when, like, last night I was upset that I hadn't finished it the way that I wanted to, I still got a lot of support from people. So, you know, I think a lot of people understand that life does have to come first. And again, I'm not getting paid to do this stuff, so my challenge makes no money. What else I would say? And a big thank you to all my friends who like let me use their characters. Like Lex was a big one. Sakura Hearts was another one because I used all of hers. Taylor, I got to use Emmy all over the place. Chris let me use some of her characters. Amber let me use some of her characters. Just basically, you know, they let me borrow their babies to fill in pages because it kind of got to a point where I just needed to fill in pages. And of course, a thanks to Holly Brown for making the challenge and everything. It was fun. It was super fun. Oh, this is my t-shirt. Oh, I love the t-shirts. The t-shirts were the best. Oh yeah, I started trying to draw objects and I was like, nope, this isn't gonna happen because objects just weren't doing it. I wanted to quit. This was like the point where I wanted to quit the entire challenge, like a week early, just so you guys know. But I didn't. I pushed through, so whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. I've said pretty much everything I'm gonna say. Overall, too long, don't read version. Do I recommend the challenge? I do. I recommend it if it's within your time frame and ability to do. Like if you've got a good 5 to 7 to 8 hours to dedicate to it a day, I do recommend it, or less. I don't know. It depends on how fast you draw. I mean, but if you guys are going to do it, I'm sorry, I'm rambling a lot. If you guys are going to do it, just be sure that you sort of understand that you can't take a long time on things. You have to be quick. You have to have confidence. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I want to talk about real quick before I run out of time. Yes, so my pencil work has gotten better as a result of this because I use ballpoint pen and I had to commit to my lines. And as a result, I am now able to commit to my pencil lines a lot easier, and they're turning out great. So yes, another bonus for this. I'm so happy about it because I primarily work in pencil. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, okay. So real quick, if you guys are going to do this, pull up references, get your materials ready, make sure that you dedicate time to it, schedule it in, and do not flex on it unless it's like a life and death emergency. If you stick with your time frames and schedule it in and make it clear that this is time that you're going to set aside to dedicate to getting your 20 pages every single day done, you will be able to complete this. It'll be fine. But if you're like me and you're like, I have to get up and go do 16 chores and then come do a sketch, you're gonna have some problems. But all right, that's it from me, guys. For realsies this time. I'm outie. Thank you guys so much for joining me for all of this. It's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. I've had so much fun. I've learned so much. And now I'm just kind of learning to deal with the disappointment of not having gotten all 600 pages done. Haha! Later, guys. Bye.